This seems a cozy spot for Wakoma to let her guard down. I know it can't be easy for her. This side of the region is so different from where the Hanu live. The striking colors of the vegetation alone. I don't know, Hakanu is colorful. Now that I've decided to share, I feel so nervous. I know that feeling. This place is called Mini Fires for the constant stream of peddlers and travelers who make camp after climbing the stairs. We should stop here for the night. I totally agree. This is a great stopping. I understand the desire to rush ahead, but we need to recuperate from our punishing marathon adventure. Then let's settle in. We'll need a quick fire and there's meal preparation to be done. Alpino, get the wood.
I've been meaning to ask, but how does one become the adopted child of the Dawn Servant?
I was but a ball of fuzz at the time, so I don't remember much. My earliest memories are of life in the palace. All I know is that I was born in Ikbrash, a village in Yaktel. But I've never bothered to return there. As far as I'm concerned, Ulul Jaja is my only parent.
I quite understand. I have no memories of my birth parents either. For a while, I wanted to learn who they were. But over time, that curiosity waned. Galuf was my dear grandfather, and he was all I needed.
So our situations were quite similar. Even though Papa already had a true-born son, he raised me and Kona with no less love. One time, I'd wandered off alone into the forest and gotten lost. Before I became a meal for some beast, Papa dropped everything and came to my rescue. I was scared and sobbing and ready for a scolding. But the head of resolve praised me for surviving the ordeal. I did get my lecture from the head of reason, though. He went on and on about the dangers of the jungle and all the horrible ways I could have died. Growing up, Papa was kind and patient, but a tyrant when it came to training. Now, of course, I realize he was preparing me for my duties as a promise. For all the good it did. There's so much I failed to learn about my own country. Whether it's alpacas or Ihihana, I hardly know anything. I've lived such a sheltered life, yet convinced myself I understood Tural and its people. I don't have Kona's education, or Zoralja's strength. I'm all bluff and bravado, not fit to bear my title.
Can't measure your worth by the success of others.
Don't compare myself to my siblings, you mean? I think I see what you're saying. My reasons for joining the contest have nothing to do with my brothers. It's always been about the Turali and what I can do for them.
Here you
You said it
go.
yourself. How important it is to properly know something. To hear the voices of others, empathize with how they feel, and think how best to serve. In so doing, you'll come ever closer to being the person you wish to be.
I'm sorry, everyone. I've been a fool. From this moment on, I'll stop trying to be the promise I'm not. I won't feign strength to hide my weaknesses. Step by step, I'll learn all there is to know and love about Tulihyolal and my fellow Turali. It might not be the smoothest path, but it'll be a path of my own making. I will find a city of gold for all of us, along with the answers you seek about your grandfather, Kryl. I swear.
I appreciate it, Wuklamat. But you needn't take on that burden as well. Galuf Baldessian dedicated his life to protecting people from all manner of threats. As his granddaughter, I wouldn't wish to endanger others for the sake of a personal investigation. So let's just concentrate on winning the contest. We have a shared goal, and, if at all possible, I'd rather we enjoy the journey.
Hear, hear. We are companions on the same road, bound for the same destination. With our combined talents, nothing will stop us from reaching the Golden City.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends. Thank you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
They seem to be enjoying themselves. Are you sure you don't want to go and say a word to your sister?
Nay, there is no need for that. But what of you two? Wuklamat's allies are your comrades. It must feel strange to be rivals.
Helping you has made us rivals, aye. But we're not about to break into fisticuffs over it. Unless, of course, it is a matter of winning or losing the contest. Then I'll have no qualms about putting Alizé on her rear.
I heard that.
Despite our long history, never have I been given the chance to test myself against our companions. The thought stirreth within me a most unexpected sense of competition.
Lamachi has surrounded herself with distinguished figures indeed. One of the Studium's finest graduates, the head of the students of Bardessian. And then there's Eorzea's vaunted champion. If she's half the hero you say, then the odds are stacked against us. Not that I've any intention of bowing out. Our time in Urkelpacha only served to strengthen my resolve. We saw how a single storm cut off the alpaca roots and threw my people's lives into disarray. Such uncertainties are why I advocate for the adoption of Sharlayan innovations, that Tulihyolal might know greater stability and prosperity. Our nation can change for the better, and I will be the man to change it.
Well, it's a start. I imagine your experiences on this journey, all the things you'll hear and feel and think, will help you refine that approach. But to return to the subject of the rite, I'm a touch concerned by the condition for victory. The claimant who breaks the seal becomes Dawn Servant, not the one who performed the 7 feats first.
Leave it to a spy to figure that out.
The would-be victor need only possess the 7 keystones.
That is correct. As the contest wears on, we must brace ourselves for greater conflict.
Your rivals still lag behind. The second and third promise may have recruited competent lackeys, but none compared to you. How can they hope to compete with the resilient sun? The only child ever sired by a two-head. Only the ignorant or foolish could fail to see that you were born to be Dawn Servant.
Such titles mean nothing.
I neglected to mention. When I first heard the rumors that the contest involved the Golden City, I spoke in confidence with Gulul Jaja's inner circle. They all agreed on one thing. Whoever reaches the City of Gold will attain a power so great, it can dictate the course of history. If this power truly exists, then I humbly beg a fair share of it. Time is passing, and I would put my plans in motion without delay. The useless tool is cast aside after all. And just so there is no misunderstanding, you consent to this course, no matter who is made to suffer.
In battle, everyone bleeds. The Dawn's promise is no exception. What better lesson to teach our people the folly of war?
I was hoping for a good scrap, but this bloated sack of bile was no challenge at all. I wonder if the house cat is dead yet. Be a shame to lose a plaything, but we'd still have 2 more.
If I may ask, Chosen One, what are your plans for Tuliolal after you take the throne?
Plans? What makes you think we care about all that? We care only about the contest and proving our superiority. That would surely please Mother and Father. Yes, and when we become Dawn's servant, we'll drive out the weakling masses and invite our kin to live in the city. Fine idea! Our family deserves better than that rotten jungle. Back to it then. We must catch up to that one-headed pretender and remind him of the natural order.
I made it.
I thought we were missing someone. Where have you been?
Oh, I feared I was done for when I fell from the boat. Yet somehow I made it. Oh, my arms, I can barely lift them. If I could just rest a moment.
You expect us to wait for you? Those who can't keep up will be left behind. My brother has spoken. March, or be fodder for the beasts.
But I followed the teachings. Everything I've done, everything I've sacrificed, all has been for the blessed seedlings. Wait. Don't leave me behind! I'm begging you!
Glad we could take a moment to talk things through. Wakoma seems much happier. It's good to see Wakoma more sure of herself. Ah. It doesn't matter if Wakoma's sick or out, scared of alpacas or gets sick on boats. It doesn't change who she is or what she means to her people. I have some small experience with the pressures of leadership, crumbling beneath its weight, as well you know. If anything could be said to overcome my failures, I hope it's the capacity to help others avoid similar mistakes. Being able to say those things has brought me such relief. It's like a stone has been lifted from my chest, and I can take a full breath at last. I don't want to encumber myself like that again. I want to be better, will be better, for myself and for my people. The Moblin settlement of Urtonshire is not far from here, but be warned, the road we'll be taking is favored hunting ground for bandits. With the stairs currently impassable, there will be fewer travelers, meaning the brigands will be desperate for victims to ambush. Although considering present company, I suppose my concern is unwarranted. Bandits on the road? What have Zeralja and Landsguard been doing? Seems up to me to restore order to the area. Okay, and off she goes again. For now, we'll head west and aim for the bank of the Sugar River. That's not a bandit, that's a dinosaur. Or something. I'll back to keep.
Hey Mai, let's ride alpacas to Earthenshire.
Alpacas? Really? Can't we just take the bike? Alpacas are so slow.
Oh, what's the rush? We're on vacation, remember?
Fine. Wait, what is this thing? What is this thing doing? What the hell? Since when do alpacas fly? This thing has jet trails. Anya, get me off of this thing. Alpacas are basically llama ponies, not rockets. Why is this thing a rocket? Somebody save me. This is Earthenshire. Goodness me, it's an entire village is made of pottery. That's what I said. Even as Hanu culture is distinct from the Vanu, Moblin society is developed quite differently from that of their goblin cousins. I'll say. Not another claimant in sight. Does that mean we're ahead or behind? Is it the village where the Lay of Pots from Tural saga took place? Tural. Besides the third syllable. That's why I struggle with it so much. Shire, Idleshire. Might the similarity be a cultural inclination, I wonder? Settlements themselves couldn't be more different, though. This shire appears custom-built to resemble pots, while the other is a repurposed town. Welcome to Earthenshire. Welcome to Earthenshire. Do I have the pleasure of happy greeting the third promise and her retinue? That's us. We're looking for the Dawn Servant's Elector, if you happen to know who that is. You are exchanging tongue flaps with her right now. Ridderok is the Elector you seek. Well, that's helpful. We got straight to performing the feat. As much as Ridderok would like to do just that, we have much more pressing worry. The storm has hit our village, shattered the cliffs, and dropped rocks on our brain cases. Many help hands for the post-war were injured. This is no time for feats and metal tests. I'm sorry to hear that. After learning what the storm did to the stairs, I feared you'd been caught in its path. Not to change the subject, but what are the Potsworn? Goldsmiths contracted to work for the Moblins. The word comes from pot, like workshops where they practice their craft. Moblins provide these Potsworn with tools, materials, living quarters, everything the artisans could possibly need. This allows them to concentrate on producing what is widely known as the finest gold and metalwork in Tural. It's unacceptable. I was promised no distractions. This is the best they have to offer. I should never have left what you makey. See, the Potsworn desert us. Without enough healthy help hands, we are failing to uphold our side of the compact. Like that? Should our Potsworn leave, earthenware will grind to a halt. We have to do something and do it soon. Let us stand in for the injured helpers. It would give me the chance to learn more about your people and your village, and if it brings us closer to beginning the feat, then all the better. Strictly part of the contest, so you don't feel obligated to join in. Take a rest where you can. And will help. I was hoping you'd say that. I actually wasn't sure if I could do this on my own. We'll all hope. I doubt any of us could just sit around and watch. We'll take every help hand we can get. Ritterog trust swears that once the Potsworn have their perfect workshops again, we will commence the feat with all haste. You and the third promise can assist help hand Rockarok. The other four follow Ritterog. There are other help hands in need of hand lending. I really appreciate you pitching in. I meant what I said at many fires. There'll be no more feigning strength, no more playing it, being an invincible promise. There's one thing I've learned on this journey. It's how practiced you are at aiding those in need. And I mean to make the most of having such an incredible mentor at my side. Well, I don't know about mentor. Now let's find the Rockarok fellow and see what we can do for him. I think I found our first help hand. First, we'll solve the problem for the Moblins, then we'll see about completing this feat. Reaper's not up to it. There we go. Now I'm ready to do stuff. Rockarok can't meet his obligations without more help hands. The pot pact. The pot pact is broken and the pots are emptying. Okay, just chill out. You've come to aid Rockarok? Rockarok accepts your hand lending with joyous heel smiles. We can offer the Potsworn their promised good living. We might save the day yet. Whatever you need. You would think that they would understand that this was a natural disaster. There's gonna be problems sometimes. What Rockarok needs is a few help hands to create good living for Potsworn Kei. The help hand assigned to Kei was hurt during the rock rain, so Rockarok took over, but he knows nothing of Kei. Neither do I. What does Kei want? What does Kei need? Help hands do not bother the bot swarm with straight tasks. Our job is to observe and anticipate, to prepare things with guess think. We use guess think with Ragnarok, find out what Tachi is lacking so we can provide it. You can count on us. Kinda. I don't know what's going on. He is only one of many pots sworn in need of caretaking. We work through the night with no sleep and no rest, but there are too few of us to go around. I swear Ki works, is it? Let's take a peek inside then. He looks hot. That must be Kei. It'd be a lot quicker if we could just talk to him, but that's not the way of doing things around here, apparently. We'll have to leave him be and try our hand at some guess thing. Oh boy. Tools are pretty worn down. Maybe it's time for some new ones? You must be boiling sitting so close to the furnace, and there's no airflow to speak of. How could anyone work in that stifling heat? Well, he has no shortage of crafting materials. There must be something else he's missing. So new tools and some kind of, untouched meal. He's barely touched his meal. That dish is meant to be eaten hot, or it loses its savor. Alright, after taking a good look, I think we have an idea of what things Kei might want to improve his working conditions. Let's head back outside and talk to Ragnarok. Seems like it would be easier if we could just ask the guy what he wanted. Come on, let's hear what we observed with Ragnarok. Okay. You made your observations? What did you guess think? First off, I noticed Kei hasn't touched his food, and an empty belly can't be good for his concentration. Maybe the cooking isn't to his liking? But our food is most mouth-pleasing. Why wouldn't you want to eat it? But Ragnarok is sure of nothing when it comes to Kei's tastes. But I can help you with that. My brother Kona is also pet sorrow. And while everyone has their personal preferences, there are some they tend to share. Like an aversion to piping hot dishes. If it was brought to him like that, Kei probably wouldn't have been able to eat it until it cooled down. By the time he came back, he would have found it cold and unappetizing. Simple solution is to serve dishes that taste good no matter the temperature. Ragnarok never would have thought of that. Would the third promise mind explaining the things to our cook? Not at all. I don't think there's any reason Kei couldn't concentrate. The Hatsuru homeland is hot and dry, but even Kei seems to be suffering in front of that furnace. Is there any way you could cool down the workshop? We could try a drafty shard. They make a lovely breeze. Do you know where we can get one of those? We can gather them from the shoals of no return. There are many old boats there, abandoned by those who gave up their search for the Golden City. So we salvage from the wrecks. Can you handle that for us, Mailia? Oh, one more thing. From what I could tell, Kei's files and saws, things were very worn down. Maybe a new set of tools is in order. Ragnarok was too preoccupied with stocking materials, a serious oversight which we will rectify. Supplying good tools and good living is a help hand's responsibility. And we all have work to do. We meet back here when our tasks are done. Shoals of no return are past the crags, through a tunnel southeast of here. You should be able to spot the passage from just outside the village. Great Stairs collapsing really is a nightmare. Goodness knows when or how we'll be able to secure passage back to Tural. there'll be any profit to be made at the end of it. What will the crowning of the new Dawn Servant mean for Earthenshire? She hopes there will still be a place for Potsworn and Help Hands in the new Tural. Me too, Boblin. I'm ready, Rock. There's no time for metal tests. Yes, we got that part. Help Hands are frantic. Clock packs must be upheld. Yes. Hey everybody! You're Mailia, aren't you? What brings you out here? Same thing as you, no doubt. The issue of carrying with the Potsworn. When they approached me with the same problem, I suggested they commission artisans in Charlene and said the quality of craftsmanship would be guaranteed after all. However, the Moblins didn't care for this idea. Surely it would be more effective to engage a uniformly trained collective. I cannot understand the fixation on the individual contract. Perhaps the custom will make more sense once we begin the feat of pots. Until then, we've been deemed unfit to assist in the matter of help hands and are instead tasked with tending the injured. We're on our way back for procuring herbs for Ariangier, in fact. Settlements in Kozamueka, too, have been isolated by the storm's destruction. What would have become of the wounded had we not found their way here? Should I become Dawn Servant, one of my first acts will be to establish reliable trade routes to the capital, when I imagine how much good we can achieve with Charlian technology. My apologies, I have much to consider. If you'll excuse us. We'll meet again soon, I'm sure. Take care. It was better at my last job is a phrase that springs to mind here. She's about to tell me to jump to beeper. Ooh, hunt mark, nice. I am no tanky giant.
Wind Eater is green, love.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, no, definitely not a detail I would have looked for. it pink? Is it purple? I'm gonna call it purple. I'm gonna call it a light purple. Fuchsia. Fuchsia is confusion. That probably shouldn't tickle me as much as it did. Look at those falls. That is gorgeous. And it's just so much color. I don't see how they could call this a swamp. Look at those falls. Oh, hey, look at that, Aether Current. Is that a cool breeze? Ragnarok shields? I forgot how to read while we were out doing stuff. A drafty shard. Yes, thank you for seek finding a drafty shard. Ragnarok will add it to the new set of tools she brought. I come bearing good food tidings. The cook has prepared a feast fit for the most discerning Hitsuro. And it's on its way even as we speak. Let's go in and see what Kei thinks of our efforts. Nom nom nom. I was wondering what occasion called for me to receive so many visitors. Fine meal, new tools, and a welcome source of cool air. Now I remember why I signed the Pot Act. I'm grateful to your kind considerations. Allow me a moment or two and I'll reciprocate with a piece of jewelry, a piece worthy of a potswine. Starting to think I have dyslexia. Oil lamp to brighten the halls of Valakshunsa. Craftsmanship to satisfy Earthenshire reputation for quality, I trust. Such luster, such brilliance. Truly a gift fit for the Dawn Servant. Glad you like it. Considering the time I've wasted till now, I hope to continue crafting at this improved pace. I have a contract to fulfill, after all. Yeah, so does that lady that failed. Somebody go get her. Give my interruption. For a second there, I thought he was wearing a bandana. Lamati, I am told the Elector has seen the crisis pass and is prepared to task us with defeat. That's great news. Thanks for letting us know. So this is the craft of the Potsworn. It is indeed a masterful piece. Thank you for your words of praise, second promise. I drew inspiration from Kazumaluka's natural beauty and sought to capture it in my work. Why the Moblins did not simply put a workshop in the city, and now I have my answer. Even Charlene Goldsmiths could not easily replicate such exquisite artistry. See? One cannot create things if one lacks creative impetus. Tural, fortunately, does not want for inspiration. Anyone wishing to learn the basics of a craft could do well to study it there. I was raised among Hetsuro, more traditional than most, and the ingenuity of Tural's various peoples was eye-opening. You lived as a traditional Hetsuro? I have few fond memories of nomadic life. maybe you should chill out a little bit and be open to new ideas. But that I could forget that time. I tried a serving of the dish we prepared for Kai. It was so good I had a second helping. Akarak is very grateful to you. I thank you for both your hard work and clever guest think. When it comes to help handing, knowing the potsworn really is important. Well, that's true for pretty much everyone we meet. It's a lesson I've had drummed into me several times already on this journey. Now my workspace is just the way I like it. I have inspiration oozing from every pore. Think that lantern was nice. Just wait till my next masterpiece. Ifrak will see the potsworn Keihi's lustrous oil lamp is delivered to the palace at once. The elector bids the claimants assemble in the large building on the west side of the village. I will head over after finding Tancred and Uriange. I also ran into the Levialur twins on the way here. I took the liberty of directing them to the venue. I'm sure I've heard their last name said before. We're rivals. It's not his job to make sure I know the feat is starting, but even now, he's conscientious to a fault. Anyway, let's not keep Ready Rock waiting. Heck. I thought everyone would be here by now. So did I, because I thought everyone else had a head start. I thought we were the last ones to realize. Lady Rock thanks you for assisting Rock the World. She will announce the feat once the other claimants arrive, so please be patient a little while longer. Well, I can't imagine the Warlord or the Bully are gonna be too keen on, doing any of this. Happy to report that we were able to convince one of the potsworn to stay. How did you fare? Similarly. So you managed to do the same. Splendid. Could you not just fall off a waterfall or something? Welcome to Earthenshire, First Promise. We support your plans for salt crossing and new potsworn they will bring. And they just walked right past him. Hail the mighty Zeralja. He cleared many piles of rockfall as they were pebblestones, the resilient son of the Dawn Servant. Zeralja was clearing fallen rocks? I'm surprised he would volunteer his time for anything unrelated to the contest. Wow, we meet again. Speaking of people who should have fallen off the waterfall. Just in time for the feat to begin. I'll bet he was already here, laying low while the rest of us did all the work. Claimants, your attention please. As Ready Rock explained, many of our potsworn left us following the storm. Precious metalwork crafted by those artisans brings in much jingly shine from across the salt. Should our stream of trade goods dry up, Earthenshire will suffer. Tural merchants will suffer. So Ready Rock sets you this feat. Each of you are to find one clever hand goldsmith to bring back here to us. So we're to recruit new potsworn. Makes sense for the feat of pots. Calling this a feat does not justify taking advantage of the claimants and their influence. How does finding workers for you demonstrate the worthiness of the throne? It demonstrates an understanding of the needs of your people. You are free to refuse Ready Rock's request. She'll be happy to inform the Dawn Servant of Zeralja's disqualification. Oh, right in the face. The right is a means to an end. The steps we take to get there are not important. The Red Rock declares the feat of pots begun, but remember, a pot pact must be agreed to willingly. No crab snatching or deceitful tongue flaps. That's right, you scaly bastards. The Electra said nothing of taking a willing artisan from a rival. Which is exactly what we should do. You wouldn't even try to cross the first promise, would you? No way you're that dumb. A fine suggestion, brother. I'm glad you think so, brother. Come, let us lay our plans. That nasty brute is up to something. Yeah? He may seek to delay us again, as he did on the river. We can but remain vigilant while we plot our course. What do you think, Wakomot? Have you any candidates in mind to satisfy this feat? Did we run into any pot makers? I know some artisans amongst my supporters, but they're all in their twilight years. Do they have kids or grandkids? I couldn't ask them to give up the comforts of Tural to live in this remote village, no matter how beautiful the scenery. That's reasonable. Meanwhile, Kona probably has 100 young craftspeople to choose from. Not that I'm comparing us, you understand. That's just a statement of fact. Okay. I suppose we should try asking around what you makey. That seems a logical place to start. Back to Tural it is. That is so much easier now that I know which syllable to emphasize. Wait, does that mean we have to take the boat again? No, there's an aetheryte right there. Dude. No, I can't do it. I can't stomach another boat right. Dude, there's an aetheryte. Just take the aetheryte. You said I should share my burden, so I will speak plainly. Truth is, I hate boats. I get really, really sick on boats. You don't say. Wakomot, this is hardly news. But it was brave of you to admit in any case. We won't be fighting the current this time. Heading downriver will be much smoother. It will? Are you sure? I'm positive. Mostly. Aww. What obstacle, Baka Jaja, throw at us next? Or will we try something more direct? Did we mention the pot's horn and our care required a constant stream of encouragement in order to craft? The four of us must have chanted the same cheer dozens if not hundreds of times. Aaronville was scolded more than once for not cheering loudly enough. I'm shocked. Wakomot suffers such terrible bouts of seasickness. I wish I had a spell or a potion that could ease her nausea. We have aetherytes. I procured many unusual items for clients, but meeting the personalized needs of the potsworn is not an experience I'd care to repeat. I need a moment. Upriver, downriver. The river is too tough for me. The nausea is a bit more bearable now that I've stopped trying to hide it, but I'd still rather not set foot on a boat if I can help it. Alright, I think I'm ready. Let's see if Master Ropley can help us recruit a potsworn. Wachimakey, haha, I got you. Wachimakey is a gathering spot for skilled artisans of all kinds. If we're to find a pot-sworn candidate, I can think of no better place to begin our search. Me neither. In fact, I think there's a guy behind the counter that we want to just grab right now. So this is what Miki that Wakoma was talking about. I had yet to make it this far in my wanderings. And though brought us here on our first tour of the city, but time did not permit a close look, I should like to observe these masters at work. Surely at least one person will answer Wakamo's call for a potsworn. Maybe Master Ropley can help us. I sure hope so, cause he's the next part of the quest. Did I read this one? Yeah. Phew, the fresh harbor air is just what I needed. Yeah, cause that totally doesn't make me think of boats. Greetings, Third Promise. What brings you back to Miki? You've not chipped your axe again, have you? No, Master Ropley. Actually, I have to ask I have a favor to ask. So what do you think? Do you know of any craftsmen who might be interested? Filching my artisans for the moblins, eh? Well, seeing as it's the Third Promise making the request, I'm willing to look the other way if one of them decides to take you up on the offer. Only I can't think of a suitable candidate off the top of my head. Who do I know with a mastery of goldsmithing that would also have no qualms about relocating to Earthenshire? The Eorzean goldsmith. What about him? You mean Fontaine? He did say he was employed at some fancy jewelry store across the salt. And considering the distance he's already come, I'd like to think he wouldn't mind moving a little up the river. That said, he only just got himself a new job. Is it too soon to ask him to sign the pot pact? Sign the pot pact! There's no harm in making the offer. Once he hears how well the potsworn are treated, he may even jump at the chance. Either way, you won't find Fontaine at his workbench at this hour. He's finished for the day, probably enjoying a meal over at... tea? I tried. Then maybe we should go and talk to him. Yes, and it's an opportunity for you to get a damn taco. Just you and me, since he knows us. Wouldn't want him to feel intimidated by having to deal with a crowd of new faces. Hey, good thinking. The two of us can handle this. Take a rest at the cabins if you like. Or go fishing, you know, it's your time. Feel overdressed for this interview. Right, let's go and see a man about a pot. I'm still not sure about this. Okay, but something's bothering me. Look, Iro. Give me tacos. Mailia, you're here too. The Third Promise said she wanted to chat. I've just finished eating, so shall we find a quiet spot outside? Sure. Well, last time we talked on this beach, you were in a miserable state. Yes, I was, wasn't I? A lost soul until the two of you came along and helped me rediscover my purpose. My new place of employment has been most welcoming, and for the first time in a long time, I feel content with my lot in life. Cool, we want to achieve that. Wonderful. So what is it you wish to discuss? Well, it's hard to ask this right after you've settled in, but I'm looking for someone to become a potsworn. I've heard my new colleagues mention the term. That's when an artisan signs a contract to work for the Moblins, isn't it? But you're not a Moblin. I'm not sure I understand. I mean, I could put on the helmet. It's for the feat in the rite of succession. I need to bring a new potsworn to Earthenshire. So that's the way of it. Yes, you are a tool. We've barely met, and after pushing you to work for what you makey, I'm now demanding you throw that away and sign the Pot Pact instead. It's a selfish request, I know. I have something to tell you, Third Promise. The other day I completed the necessary procedures for immigration. At least say I'm now official subject of Tural. I've since endeavored to learn what I can of my new nation, beginning with the right of succession and its claimants, including you, of course. Now, you will recall it was my father's example which led me to pursue goldsmithing. He was at the East End when Garlean forces laid siege to the settlement, and in the ensuing chaos he was slain. Oh, war took him from me in an instant, the man I loved and admired. I never wish to suffer such a loss again. And so, as much as I'm indebted to you for turning my life around, it is a fellow peace-loving Tural that I want you to win the throne. If I can help you achieve that by signing a Pot Pact, then I will gladly do so. Ashantain, thank you. I shall return to Master Ropley and inform him of my decision. Allow me, I'm the reason you're leaving, so I should be the one to deliver the news. Taco Man, Brakivo. Perhaps you remember me? Yes, I stop by your stand every time we're in town. Owner of... just call it Brakivo's, please. I'd like a word, if you don't mind. Is it tacos? You're Wakamat's ally from across the salt, right? And a hero of some renown, too, if the gossip's to be believed. Well, as it so happens, I could use some heroic help. It doesn't need to be right now, but could you come by when you have a spare moment? Yeah, sure, I come by all the time for tacos. Much appreciated. I'll be waiting for you at my shop then. Okay, so with that established, that leads into the role quests, which are gathered here at Brakivu's. Tacos and other tasty, goody stuff. For the sake of my sanity, we are gonna focus on the main story. I might come back and do the role quests later, but for now, let's just focus on the feet of pots. It feels ungrateful to leave so soon after Master Ropley granted me employment, but surely he'll understand. I do this for the future of Tural. I think I said it right that time. I see you managed to find Fonchante. So we did. Master Ropley, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but, Ashantain has agreed to sign the Pot Pact, yes? Well, it's a shame to lose a capable goldsmith. To have one of our own handpicked to serve the Third Promise is a great honor for what you makey. I appreciate your understanding. Of course, if you happen to know any other talented artisans, regardless of their expertise, I hope you send them my way. You could even be yourself, if you're so inclined. Oh, I see the DOH. Role quests creeping up on us. I'll keep that in mind. Though my time here was brief, I will not forget your kindness, Master Ropley. I am blessed to have these workshops be my first home in Tural. Come back to us if the Moblins cut you loose. You'll always have a job at what you makey. I expect you'll want to leave for Earthenshire as soon as possible. I'll go and pack my things. That's right, load your duffel bag. Became of Fonchante, were you able to find him? We did, and he's agreed to become a pot for him. We'll leave when he's ready, but you still have a little time. Splendid, we shall meet you anon. Nobody says anon anymore. Don't do that. I had plenty of reasons to win the contest, but now I have one more. Fontaine's putting his faith in me, and I won't let him down. And I guarantee you the others are not looking at it that way. You may now unlock deliveries for what you make. Oh, okay, so deliveries, not role quests here. Right then, I have some things to take care of at the palace. While you can pass the time however you like, I'd suggest you head back to the cabins. Don't you tell me what to do. After all, even heroes need a rest, and we still have a big journey ahead of us. Yes, on boats. Oh, wait, looks like Fontaine came in handy after all. And we know where the role quests and custom deliveries are. If you enjoyed this episode, hit like and subscribe. It really makes my day. Please remember to spay and neuter your pets and family members. Das vidanya.